welcome back. It has been a minute. The reason for this is one, I just moved back into my house, so it took a minute to get stuff together, and life happens. I wasn't in the physical nor mental space to record videos, and when I did record a video, there was audio issues, so I had to fix the audio issues, and hopefully I'll record that video again sometime in the future, but I'll have to push it off for now, which is unfortunate, because I think it was a good video, but we'll keep the concept and just do it a little bit later. So, what I really wanted to talk about today was the first week of the WNBA season. We're a weekend. We've seen each team at least twice. There's some weird thing with the scheduling. Some teams have played their fourth game tonight, and some teams have only played 2 games. I don't know exactly why they made the schedule like that, because the Sky only have 2 games, and their next game is Thursday. So don't ask me how the math adds up there, but it is the way it is. So, I think I wanted to kind of start off today by saying my power rankings off of the first week. I got it off of, so WNBA Now is a Twitter account that I follow, and they did their power rankings, and I really thought it was solid, so I wanted to make my own. I'll link their Twitter down in the description, because I appreciate them for sure, but my power rankings. So, let's start at the bottom, I think. So, number 12, Fever, they just lost their 4th game in a row tonight. It was their best looking game. They gave the Connecticut Sun, which is one of my top teams, a run for their money and almost pulled that one out. It was a thrilling game. Aaliyah Boston misses the layup at the end. It was tough way to end, but it was a really good game. So I got Fever at the bottom. They're just young. They need time to figure things out. So I don't think this is surprising nor concerning, really. I think it just is what it is when you're talking about young teams. 11, we got the Mystics. You can tell they are rebuilding. They are trying to tank for that pick. There is coaching decisions that's like, oh, you could have won this game, but sounds like you're trying to lose games. That kind of is the gist I'm getting. And then we go to the Sparks, and I like the Sparks pieces a lot. It's just they're also going to need time to gel and figure things out. I really like what Cameron Brink has done so far in her rookie campaign. She needs to work on the foul trouble, of course, but like the blocks she got going down, she got them down. She's scoring. I think she had like 11 points one game, similar the next night. Just real solid, right? And I think once they figure things out, Rakia Jackson has shown flashes once she gets really rolling, because it's hard to find that rhythm off the bench, but she's doing really well. Once they figure that out and figure out their roles, shout out to De'Erica Hamby. She's been amazing these first few games, just scoring 30 points, 29 points, just balling, man. Just doing really well, and she's kind of taking that next step, and I like either her or Dejanay Carrington, who I'm going to mention later, as some most improved candidates. So going on from the Sparks, we got the Storm, and it's like, man, you got the Storm really low, and they lost again tonight, but it's like, they have some really rough losses off the bat, right? They lost to the Lynx the first game, then they lose to the Lynx again, so they're 0-2, and they lost again tonight, and I think that was... Okay, they beat the Mystics, and then they lost again tonight pretty badly to the Liberty, so they're 1-3, and I just think that they are really playing underwhelming in reference to the talent that they have. And I know Nneka Ogwumike is hurt, and she'll be back soon. And Nika Mule, who you think can make an impact maybe immediately, I don't know, we'll have to see. She had some visa issues that they just figured out tonight, so hopefully she'll be back the next game. But it's like, I think you wanted a better start from Seattle. not saying they can't jump up, because this league is so good. There's so many good teams, and I kind of like reference this when doing my preview, but like there is like a really good chance we're gonna have like really good teams missing the playoffs, even though only four teams miss, but there's like 9 really like quality teams I think in the league. Not like superstar contender teams, but like quality teams. And I think you expected the Storm to be in the upper echelon, and right now they're not playing like that. Not saying that can't change. I think that can change really quickly. But again, power rankings for like, we're in week 1 or 2. So it's like not hitting the panic button yet. Then we got the Wings. The Dallas Wings. I really like what they have going on. I think they're only here because, again, it's really congested, and they just lost to the Sky, but they also beat the Sky. The first game, the Sky looked like they could have really taken that game, and then there was a collapse, and Arike Agumbawale is so good, and I was seeing stuff about, like, her being inefficient, and she's actually hurting her team, and yada, 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 and I just think that's, like, kind of disrespectful to who Arike is and what her talent is, because when you need her to just bring that team on her back and just go and get the win for you, she can do that. And they have quality players that have been hurt, right? Like Satu's hurt. They've had other injuries, but Satu is one of the bigger ones because she won Most Improved Player, and she's looking like a budding star, and she hasn't played yet. So I think they have a chance to spike up big, but like Arike is the closer. They have a good enough team to where they're going to be in games, right? And then Arike is that person you're going to hand the ball to and say, go win us this game, right? She's a Kobe Bryant-esque player, right? That's like the style she is. She's a hard worker. She's going to get the bucket, and she's going to beat you in the clutch. That's Arike. She's hit so many clutch shots in preseason, regular season, and it is May. Like, it's absurd. It's absurd. Then we're going to go up to the Sky at number 7. Similar to the Wings, right? They split with the Wings. That's what we're looking at with the schedule. And I think the offense looks a lot better than you would think the offense would look like. When you lose Kalea Copper, you expect to be a big decrease. But man, shout out to the players that Teaspoon and the GM brought in and have developed and have worked with to make this like a high functioning offense. And remember, Izzy Harrison, who's a really good player, and your number 3 overall pick, Camila Cardoso, have not played this season. And you have Diamond DeShields playing fantastic, playing with that chip on her shoulder, coming back. Then you have Dana Evans, who is becoming that solidified point guard 1 on your team that we've been waiting for so long, and it's so exciting to see her rise to that role. Then you have Angel Reese being that energy. I think you really want Camilla to be that center. I think you're learning and be that piece, but Angel is such a good energy piece that she's going to be very useful when you have these games that you need to win and you need that jolt. Angel's going to fit right in there. And Elizabeth Williams has continued. She's just such a good player, a good quality center that's going to get your buckets in the paint. And she's going to play defense at a high level. And she's just really good. And I could go on and on with this team. I'm probably forgetting some players. Shout out Kennedy Carter, who's been just electric. She's so fast, and she's so good with her hands. So Chicago is a way higher quality team than I think people expected, and they're going to be fun. They're going to be fun this year. I don't see them. I don't know if they're going to leave this range. I hope they are, but it's going to be interesting to see how good they can be, or if they're going to be like just a 6, 7, 8 playoff team, which is fine, honestly, with where you're at in the organization. That's a perfect spot to be at. And if it's higher, that's fantastic too. So I'm excited for them for sure. Then we have the Mercury. Now this is where we have this is where we start to be like, man, um, these teams are very similar, very good. So where's it differentiating happening? So Mercury are really good. They're probably low because they don't have BG. She fractured her toe and foot or toe, one or the other. But the paint presence is not there. But you have Kalea Copper, who's been so good, man. Scored 38 the other night to get them their first win. They lost the first night against the Aces because they just couldn't grab a rebound, and that beat them. They're a really good team, but BG just lowers their ceiling a good bit. So when they get her back and they start to get settled, I think we're going to start to see a rise from the Mercury too. And Diana Taurasi is still playing at a okay level. She's playing a good level. I'm just a hater. But Natasha Cloud was a really good energy pickup, really good point guard. She's gonna get her buckets too. It's a good team. It really is. Then we have the Dream. The Dream that's just a solid team, dog. I mean, I know they lost the Mercury, and I know it's weird to have them under, but I think again it's the BG thing, and I think I can swap them. I'm not mad at them being at either spot, but the way they played against the Sparks and the way they play as a team, I just really like them. And again, if you have them at 6, I don't blame you. If you don't have them at 5, I don't blame you. They're a really solid team too. I mean, what more can you say about Ryan Howard, right? How good Ryan Howard is. Tina Charles has been a really awesome pickup that you kind of didn't expect to happen, but it's been really cool. 2 or 3 games in. So, yeah, that's the Dream. Then we got the Lynx. Seeing Alana Smith as a Sky fan, how good she is, and seeing that we just let her walk, it hurts. It does hurt. She's so good. She's so underrated. She's really one of the best role players in the league. She might be leaving that role player category soon. Nafisa Collier is gonna be. I think she's gonna try to sneak in those MVP conversations, depending on how good the Lynx are. But I think they're gonna be really good. Then we got the Liberty, and this is where people on Twitter got a little upset with me. How I had Liberty at 3, and I probably moved them up to 2 tonight, based off of how well they handled the Storm and how the Sun really got in a dogfight with the Fever, which is understandable. I'm still okay with putting the Sun at 2 and the Liberty at 3, but the Liberty are so good, man. They are so good. Stewie is so good. John Quell's, she started rough in the beginning of last season, and now you're starting with her playing at an elite level from jump. It's going to help so much. Sabrina Ionescu's hitting her shots. That's all you can ask from her for real. Yeah, defensively, there's not going to be much there, but you're going to expect her to shoot the ball, and shooting the ball she is. And they're just scoring a lot, man. They're just scoring a lot. And they're going to be really good. And this is the Liberty Sun Aces are my last 3 teams. You could probably figure it out at this point. They are the same tier to me. They are all in that, I think, championship contending team. Sun you might be surprised with, but Alyssa Thomas is gonna be right in those MVP races again, and I hope that she wins this time. Triple double machine, just elite player. DeWanna Bonner, going number 5 on the scoring leaderboard of all time, and she's still playing at an elite level. Dejanay Carrington, rising from being a bench player to a quality starter, going to get you that defensive effort, going to get those buckets too. The Sun looks so deep. Shout out Ty Harris for making timely shots, especially tonight. Just a super fun team to watch, and I think they're going to be right in it. And I don't know if that's a surprise, but I really do think they're going to be right in it. And number 1, the Aces. They don't have Chelsea Gray yet, and they still look unbeatable. Are they going to lose a game? Probably. They didn't look unbeatable, but they're they look like it'll be close, and then towards the end you're like, okay, they're gonna win. Shout out Jackie Young. She's gonna be an MVP caliber player, and it's just not fair how they just have these players just coming out of nowhere. Shout out Kate Martin for earning those minutes and making the most of it, hitting shots, getting blocks, being an energy off the bench. I've said that a lot today, but shout out Kate Martin. I think that's pretty cool. I wasn't sure she would even make the team just because how the WNBA set up and how it's so hard to make a roster, but shout out Kate Martin for sure. So yeah, that's my power rankings. Again, it's very fluid. It's very, by the time I get this edited and posted, it might be very different. But I just wanted to kind of talk an overview about all the teams because it's been fun. It's been really fun to see how the season has started, and I'm excited to see what happens as we go on. Let me know what you think. Do you disagree with me? Please don't be too mean. I've been fighting on Twitter a lot today. Just let's just have a nice conversation. All right. Like, subscribe, share, please. Yeah, peace out.